Hello, this is Joshua, and this is my 6th video. This time I'm demonstrating on how to use interfaces to control multiple characters at once. So I'm going to go press this button, and as you see, I got control of 4 different characters, all moving in different directions. And in a position on the button, you can see at the top left corner the door opened. And I press E again, and I can go through the door. And then just quickly demonstrate this, press spacebar, it will put them back to their beginning location. So this is actually quite useful in setting up like a puzzle like game. So you first get your project open and just make a space for demonstrating this, and get your switch in. You don't need to change any settings on the switch. So first you want to create a new blueprint class and make this tying a phone and name this one controller blueprint controller camera. Go put that there, and then I'm going to add a spring arm and turn off creation test, and then add a camera to that. You don't need to use the spring arm, but it's easier to add that rotation pivot point. So just get that into position. So let's set that up like that. I've got a nice good view of the level. Just before we do the blueprint side, we'll add the 4 pressure plates here for future use. The pressure plates are from my 3rd video if you've not done it. And then you just want to attach the door to there. For now, just put the weight F1. That's not important for this demo. So let's go back to the controller. And you want to go to your class settings and add in a new interface and name this one, get the blueprint toggling. And then you want to call your toggle event. Like that. And you want to cast to the prawn. Like that. And then promote this to user on. So this will keep track of what prawn you use to take control of this in the first place. And then all you need to do from there is from this process. You need to get the controller first, like that, and then do process. And for the in, you want to do self. And then I'm going to use the E key, which is the use button from the first video. And this time you want to do an on process, so just use get controller but nothing else plugged in there. Actually no, you want it like that and get the process. Plug that into your target and your phone will be your user phone. That will set it back to the original setting. So similar to the Switch and other controllers, you need to make a reference array. So we can call this controlled actors. Make this an array of actors like that, and that done. And open up your toggling interface and make a new function and call this one add movement. And then you just want to add a vector here, and this will be your movement direction. So compile that, and that now ready to be inserted into your controller. So you want to get event, move right, and move forward. So you should, if you've been using a template, you should already have these anyway. If not, you just need to quickly add that through the input settings. And then now you want to just do add movement. And you want this, you want one what say add movement input message. So you don't want it to come up with like them, you want that one, the message version. Create that and then do. So this will be forward, so we'll plug that into the S. And they'll make sure that is plugged into there. And then do that again. You don't need to make something like this a macro because the data is it's so small that it'd be pointless. Compile that, and then it's almost done, and you just want to use your toggle. So in my case, I'm using the jump, which is spacebar by default. So make sure it action jump, and then you just want to get your control array again, and then do toggle mesh. There it is. And just set that like that. And that is your controller done. So your next bit and your final bit will be creating the actual actors. So I did blueprint class and then create a character. Call this something I controlled character. So you want to open up your control character, and then you want to add this arrow, which will be used to determine the direction the character will be moving in. So add a float, and then get the yaw rotation. Like that. And then just also make another variable and call it start transformation. And that will be used to reset it. So before we do anything else, we'll go here. You need to make the yaw editable variable, and then use it to set the arrow's rotation. So set rotation, relative rotation, like that. Actually, you want to set world rotation. Plug that in there, and break that, and you want that in the yaw. Like that would just simply show you which direction the character will move in, which direction is forward for that character. So you want to do event begin play, and you want to set this to the actor transform. So get actor transform, and then you just need to go class settings and add the toggle interface. So toggle in there, compile that, otherwise it won't show, and then get the toggle event, and you just do a reverse of this. So you want to set actor transformation. Make sure it will just say actor, don't say relative, otherwise it won't work. and then just plug that into there, and that is done. So that will just reset the characters. So the last bit, you just need to do this simple add rotation. So get the add movement event, and then do add movement input. Read the scale F1. If you want to change the speed, just click on character movement, and then you search speed, you can just change the warp speed there. But for this, you don't really need to edit the speed, and then you just want to rotate the movement. Rotate vector, like that. And then you just plug that into there, split that, and then just add the yaw rotation to that, and that now done. Compile this, minimize that, and now we add the characters in the level. So in there, add the second one, and I'm going to set the rotation to 90, actually minus 90. Then next one will be 180, and then that one be 90. So 4 different directions they will moving. And also just go to your character movement and get your search rotation and just orientate rotation to moving, otherwise your characters will walk sideways. And you've been using the first person template. I just imported the third person template into this. So just, you not got it, just use add features and do it from that panel. So the last bit is you just want to put your switch in there, and then you want to attach your switch to the camera. Then you want to get your camera up and make that instance, and then make 4 variables like this and plug it onto your characters. And then just save all, just in case anything go wrong. Actually, just make sure with your switch, it won't work if this not plugged in. So just make sure you use it plugged in like that, otherwise it won't work. So I press C, I got control of the 4 characters. And now you can see that I making all move around at the same time. Just let me make these buttons a little bit bigger so it's easier to see this. And then you want that on 4. And now the door opens. And when I press E, I can now walk through the door. But also when I press space, it puts me back to the beginning. So that is all for this video, and thank you for listening, and hopefully this could be helpful if you want to create some sort of puzzle game, or you got any other ideas for what you could use something like this for.